Today I'm going to be reacting to every version of Jeffy in SML.
Jeffy has been in SML. There has been tons of different variants of him that we've seen. We've seen Vanilla Jeffy, a Jeffy that's a rapper.
That was Vanilla Jeffy, never heard of that one.
Alien Jeffy, or even a Jeffy that's just an actual green bean. I gotta say, we've truly seen it all.
Jeffy, old Jeffy, baby Jeffy, well, Play-Doh Jeffy, drawing Jeffy, Cheeto Jeffy, or Cheerio Jeffy, Jeffica, Jeffy Jr. Well, that's what the Cheerio one is, but Jeffy the alien, Jeffy the robot, Jeffy, well, I don't know if there was an alien one. Oh yeah, Jeffo. So yeah, there wasn't.
Today, we're gonna go over every single version of him, starting with the most
Golden
prevalent
Jeffy.
version by far, plain old Jeffy. Jeffy made his first appearance in SML movie Mario the Babysitter, as a kid with a diaper and a pencil in his nose. Since then, Jeffy has become by far the most popular character in SML history, causing Logan's channel to absolutely blow up. But let's dive into the list of all of the other dozens of variants of Jeffy, by first taking a look at Jeffy's various careers, starting off with Smart Jeffy, who made his one and only appearance in SML movie Smart Jeffy. In this video, Jeffy is playing with Junior when he jumps the wrong way and lands on his pencil, where it pierces into his brain. Instead of killing him, however, it makes him a super genius, smart enough to recite several digits of pi and solve a Rubik's Cube super quickly.
Kid, solve this.
What? A Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, a Rubik's
really?
Cube. There's no way
really
he's gonna,
easy.
I mean,
That's too easy.
He can't solve it that easily.
Yeah, Rubik's Cube are pretty hard.
Done.
What?
His smarts are good enough to be a contender in the World's Smartest Person contest. He gets close to winning the contest against Jackie Chu and even Stephen Hawking, but his sneezing makes him stupid again and makes him give the wrong answer, losing the contest. So Jeffy's pretty slow usually, unless it comes to rapping, where we meet Jeffy the Rapper. Jeffy the Rapper is by far one of the most popular versions of Jeffy, and he made his first appearance in SML movie Jeffy the Rapper, and even in his first time on the channel, he made his character known pretty freaking quickly, saying some words we can't repeat here.
I don't know where Jeffy's at.
What's up, Jeffy? What's up, Daddy? I'm a gangster now.
Jeffy, being a
I'm a
rapper, has
gangster
brought us
now.
some great, iconic SML music tracks, and I think we can definitely be pretty grateful for the impact that had on the SML community, and he's made plenty of more appearances over the years. Jeffy does use his smarts in other ways though, like when he becomes a detective. In SML movie Detective Jeffy, Jeffy and Marvin go to the Footlong Banger sandwich shop to get some dinner, but it ends up with them getting robbed by Screwball, with Mario being the one being accused. Jeffy, determined to free his dad, becomes Detective Jeffy and invites Screwball over, with Brooklyn Guy becoming more and more suspicious of him. Eventually, Jeffy coerces Screwball into admitting guilt for the crime, leading him to get Mario to go free instead.
Can we hurry up and cut this cake? I'm starving. You really work up an appetite after you rob a sandwich shop.
But what's the story with Officer Jeffy? Officer Jeffy made his one and only appearance in the video titled the same. Jeffy was able to get a job as a police officer because Mario needs a babysitter. So he calls Brooklyn Guy, who wants to come help, but later has no choice but to take Jeffy on a police dispatch. Jeffy saved the day by stopping a robbery and attacking the robber after he called Jeffy a retard. Jeffy then joined the force with Brooklyn Guy, working patrol duty and trying to pull over people for speeding. Jeffy eventually pulls over Judith and Tyrone and flat out blows the whole thing, resorting to flat out tasing Tyrone, all while Judith got the entire thing on camera to Facebook. This caused Jeffy to be dishonorably discharged and kicked off of the police force.
Officer, can I just get a warning, please? You can get out of the car.
Hey, at least being a police officer is an honorable career, unlike one of Jeffy's other careers, that being a clown. In SML movie Jeffy the Clown, Jeffy wants to go to clown school, but it costs $1,000 to go to clown school, and Marvin tells Jeffy no. Rose eventually gives Jeffy the money to go to clown school, where Jeffy goes and gets some questionable teachings from Screwball and eventually graduates. He then tries to be a clown at PJ's birthday party, and absolutely ruins the whole thing by not knowing how to make any animal balloons, and throwing a pie at a girl that he literally pissed in.
I'm leaving! We're leaving too!
No, ladies, come back!
Bro, you ruined my party. No lady has ever left a PJ party. I'm calling the party police.
Jeffy's career path
Party
definitely
police.
continues to go up from here, as we see with our next career, Dr. Jeffy. Dr. Jeffy appeared in, you guessed it, Dr. Jeffy, where he actually doesn't do a whole lot of notable things, really only spending his time giving Mario some insulting diagnoses and arguing with Brooklyn Guy over who the better doctor is.
Temperature is hot AF.
Well, I am burning up. I have a fever.
All right, and your injury is bald.
That's not an injury, and I'm not bald. My hairline's just pushed back.
I mean, I'm not saying Jeffy's wrong in any of those things, but he's certainly an interesting doctor to say the least. Jeffy keeps going on his career path, and he makes his way to being president in SML movie President Jeffy. In this video, Jeffy runs for class president against Cody, and eventually becomes the president of the class. However, his day becomes way more insane when Brooklyn Guy comes by the house and asks Jeffy to run against Donald Trump, since they lost the other guy running for president. Jeffy and Trump go back and forth debating, and eventually Jeffy comes out on top and becomes the new president of the United States. And with his newfound power, he does the only thing you would think: nuke every green bean factory in the entire world.
What's that?
Well, this'll let you nuke just about anything.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna nuke is all the green bean farms and all the schools.
Yeah, definitely blew that one, Jeffy. Moving forward, we can take a look at Pirate Jeffy, who we see in SML movie Jeffy the Pirate. In this video, Jeffy tries to play with Booger and give him a Skittle. Booger takes it a bit too far and bites Jeffy's entire hand off. Brooklyn Guy sees this, and the only logical solution was giving Jeffy a hook hand. And then Jeffy takes it way too far, having Brooklyn Guy build him a pirate ship in the backyard, which he forces Marvin to jump off of.
Walk the plank.
I am. What are you going to do?
Jump off.
No, I'm going to break my legs.
Jump off.
No, stop it.
Jump off, Daddy.
Okay. I think I broke my leg.
So Jeffy takes things too far sometimes, and we see this even further when he becomes an explorer in SML movie Explorer Jeffy. In this video, Jeffy is forced to end up watching a television show about Windowa the Explorer, and gets fed up with her talking through the TV. The show then takes a turn whenever Windowa is attacked by a lion, and the news mentions a $20,000 reward if someone is able to find her. Jeffy then teams up with Junior, and they both become explorers, planning on looking for her. But they only end up finding her body parts, and Cody suggests that they can sell her body parts to the black market. Junior and Jeffy sell her parts for $100, and that's really the end for Jeffy's exploring career.
Wait, did I hear that right? Did he say Cody said that?
And Cody suggests that they can sell her body parts to the black market.
Why did Cody suggest that? I'm pretty sure I remember watching this video. He said turn them into the police. So I think he meant to say Junior.
Junior and Jeffy sell her parts for $100, and that's really the
That's
end.
where I remember Junior was the one that said that, and Cody said give that evidence to the police.
Jeffy's exploring career. Basically, bro just pulled a Logan Paul.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Wait. What do you want to do with this?
We want to sell that.
Oh, well, here.
Okay.
Later on, in SML movie Jeffy Plays Football, we get to see Jeffy's incredible athletic ability as a football player. In this video, Dak calls on Marvin, Chef Pee-Pee, and Brooklyn Guy to help out playing in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers after the whole Patriots team got sick. They get on a flight, and while on there, Marvin realizes that Jeffy snuck into his suitcase, leaving them no choice but to bring Jeffy with them. When they get there, they are flat out atrocious, leading Brooklyn Guy to get knocked out and having to be replaced by Jeffy. When Jeffy gets in the game, he absolutely dominates, getting interceptions and touchdowns galore, almost winning the game for the Patriots, but ultimately losing, hopefully getting paid at least.
I can't believe it, folks. He's intercepted the football.
Jeffy's career paydays don't stop there, as we have Jeffy's next career of choice where he makes the big bucks, Lawyer Jeffy. In the video, Jeffy decides to become a lawyer after Junior, Joseph, and Cody encourage him to, and he takes and passes the bar exam, becoming an actual lawyer. Jeffy
Not the
takes
right
up several
kind of bar
cases with
exam.
different SML characters and wins basically every case that he's a part of, usually by stupid means, with him or even Judge Poopy, but still getting him and his family richer and richer.
Oh, damn, look, I just got back from KFC and look at all this 10-piece chickens I got.
Baby, he just won another case.
Jeffy, thank you for my new purse.
And thanks for my Armani sunglasses.
Then Jeffy ends up deciding to give it up because he doesn't like it anymore. And I mean, hey, I guess you can't argue with that one. But what does Jeffy look like? Well, he's still the same basic Jeffy, just in a different form or look compared to usual. Well, let's move on to our next few Jeffys, starting with Depressed Jeffy. Depressed Jeffy made an appearance in SML movie Jeffy Gets Help. And in this video, Mario gets fed up with Jeffy being straight up mental in his mind after screaming about SpongeBob. So he gets Brooklyn Guy to put Jeffy on some medicine to help with everything. This medicine ends up going horribly, giving Jeffy a side effect of being incredibly angry at first, but not really looking any different other than just having some angry eyebrows. This leads Brooklyn Guy to give him a second pill, but this pill makes his situation worse, as it leads him to become majorly depressed instead, looking like a black and white shadow of himself. Depressed Jeffy has no desire to do any amount of normal things that he usually likes to do, like playing his cat piano or even smacking his diaper in the same way that he always does.
Jeffy, prove that you're the same old Jeffy. Smack your diaper and do the noise.
Thankfully, this Jeffy doesn't stick around for long, since Brooklyn Guy gives him another pill, curing him of his depression. Let's move on and look at our next version of Jeffy, Sick Jeffy. In SML movie Jeffy's Flu Shot, Mario and Rosalina see that it's flu season, and they decide to call over Brooklyn Guy to give them some flu shots. And they take the shots easily, but when it comes to Jeffy, however, he decides to run away before getting shot. This comes back to cause problems later, as Bowser turns out to be sick and breathes all over Jeffy, leading Mario to later hear Jeffy screaming in the middle of the night, and letting Mario stumble onto the grotesque-looking Jeffy, super sick with the flu.
Jeffy? Jeffy, you okay? Jeffy! What happened to you?
I don't feel so good.
Later, his eyes fall out too, so that's freaky. Speaking of Jeffy being unhealthy, in SML movie Fat Jeffy, we see a version of Jeffy that's not doing too hot. In this video, Jeffy is frustrated at Mario once again for forcing him to eat green beans, and Mario gets fed up with him and just lets him eat whatever, complete with being covered all in chocolate syrup on top of it. Jeffy eating like this for a couple of months causes him to be super fat. My dude is shaped like a literal bowling ball.
Hey, Daddy,
What, Jeffy?
can you give me another Twinkie, Daddy?
Another Twinkie? Jeffy, no, you're not getting any more Twinkies. You're fat now.
No, Daddy, another Twinkie.
No.
Mario calls Brooklyn Guy to try to help him eat better and exercise to lose weight, but they eventually just remember they're all puppets and just have to get Jeffy a liposuction instead, bringing him back to normal quick and easy. Jeffy ends up getting pretty round again in SML movie Pregnant Jeffy, but for a whole different reason. In this video, Jeffy and Junior decide that they want to have a baby, and they decide to call Harry since neither of them can get pregnant. Harry is able to invent a machine that lets people get pregnant and uses it on Jeffy, causing Jeffy to get pregnant.
And then you shoot it at whoever you want to be pregnant. So who wants to be pregnant?
What? Jeffy wants to be pregnant.
Okay, all right, Junior, I just need you to spit into the top of it to fill it up.
Jeffy then gives birth to something that can only be described as a complete abomination, which is the next version of Jeffy, that being Jeffy Jr. II. The boys then decide the best thing to do is to raise the kid as their own, but they get a hard lesson in parenting when Jeffy Jr. 2 breaks their cat piano and Thomas toy, leading them to just decide to give up Jeffy to make iPads with Jackie Tube instead. Pretty freaking insane.
All right, Jeffy, there's someone at the door here to get Jeffy Jr.
But we're picking boogers and putting them on the couch.
So you actually want to keep him?
Yeah.
Jeffy also somehow became a baby himself in SML movie Baby Jeffy. In this video, Mario is tired of being called old by everyone, so he decides to order himself some youth juice that he saw in an infomercial. However, Jeffy screws everything up as usual when he decides to drink the entire bottle of it, reverting himself back to a baby.
Hey! What happened to my youth juice? Jeffy!
Oh, Jeffy, what happened to you? You're a baby!
Jeffy honestly doesn't act different as a baby, but throws a fit about more things, and has a larger desire to get into fights with Brooklyn Guy, beating the crap out of him. Mario is thankfully able to revert Jeffy from this state just by having Jeffy drink some old juice instead. The next version of Jeffy we can look at is an SML movie Ghost Jeffy, where Jeffy becomes a ghost. In this video, we see Mario getting a call from his brother Luigi, and while on the phone, he doesn't notice Jeffy literally choking on lifesaver gummies behind him, killing him. Jeffy doesn't stay dead for very long, however, as he quickly—
It's just a video where they talk about the fans and like they get all the comments with hate comments saying, "Oh, Jeffy can't be dead," or no, that's when he faked his death, right? I don't know.
quickly
No, I
comes
think
back as Ghost Jeffy,
there was a video
scaring
where
Brooklyn
like
Guy with
keto chili and like they just put all these random comments together where they're like, "No, Jeffy can't be dead," and all this.
he screams like a girl.
I can't believe Jeffy's
remember
dead. I
this.
can't believe it. Oh, hey, Daddy, what are you doing? Jeffy!
Yeah, I don't think I did this video.
Mario isn't sure what to do until Luigi comes over and helps Mario with his ghost hunting skills to track Jeffy down, capture him with his vacuum, and throw him into the washing machine, returning him to normal. What if Jeffy died though and came back as a zombie instead of a ghost? Well, we get a little taste of what that would look like in SML movie Zombie Jeffy. In this video, Jeffy is forced to eat some green beans for at least the 1,000th time. Jeffy just refuses, even after Mario gives it several attempts.
Ew.
As a result, Mario grabs a Nerf gun and just full-on shoots Jeffy in the throat, causing him to choke and die. They bury Jeffy after confirming he's dead, but he doesn't stay dead for long. Jeffy then calls Mario to come back to the door as a zombie, communicating to Brooklyn Guy that he wants to stick his head in a porta potty as revenge. After this, everyone reveals that Jeffy never died, and they all faked him being a zombie for Mario, teaching Mario a lesson about green beans. In my opinion though, Jeffy definitely should have learned his lesson about green beans after he got turned into an actual green bean in SML movie Jeffy and the Beanstalk. In this video, Jeffy gets in trouble for not eating his green beans, and Jeffy is forced to eat a massive plate of them, but gets around it by just burying everything in the backyard. This backfires though and creates a giant beanstalk, where Jeffy climbs out and meets the giant green bean, and he proceeds to insult the giant, leading to the worst punishment that Jeffy could ever get.
I don't know. You get out of my house, monster. I'm the man of this house. I'm gonna protect my girl.
Jeffy becomes Green Bean Jeffy, and the only way to undo his curse is to eat an entire plate of green beans, eventually reverting Jeffy back to normal. But let's be honest, we knew he wasn't gonna learn anything from that. Jeffy's final transformation is probably also the most ridiculous, that being Sheep Jeffy. In SML movie Sheep Jeffy, Jeffy starts the video admitting that he basically ate some cat poop, so he's forced to take some Tic Tacs by Mario. Jeffy runs into Junior and Cody and
There was
swallows
also
one of the—
Monkey Jeffy. I think that's what it was, but it doesn't really count because it wasn't actually him. It was just pretending.
grow pills, thinking it's a Tic
With
Tac,
the monkey
scaring
outfit
Mario
on
when
him.
he hopes nothing goes wrong. Something does go wrong, however, when Jeffy turns into a sheep.
Oh yeah, that makes way more sense than swallowing a rattlesnake.
He did not swallow a rattlesnake. Look, is this poisonous or not?
Well, it's not venomous, I can tell you that.
Is it poisonous?
I don't know, what's the box say?
Mario calls Brooklyn Guy for help, but Brooklyn Guy suspects that Mario did something to Jeffy, leaving Mario to get arrested. Mario asks God for help, all before Jeffy gets caught lying, and did everything just because he wanted a PS5. But hey, I guess it worked though. Jeffy also likes to play dress up a lot, and that's where we get our next versions of Jeffy, starting with Handsome Jeffy. The story of Handsome Jeffy begins when Marvin tries to take Jeffy to school. Jeffy and him end up getting into a car crash, leaving Jeffy deformed with his hand melted to his head, letting everyone make fun of him. Brooklyn Guy offers to help and says that he can give Jeffy plastic surgery, but Marvin says they can't afford it, but eventually tricks Brooklyn Guy into giving it away, leading to Jeffy becoming Handsome Jeffy, complete with some new clothes too.
Hey, here, Donnie.
Jeffy?
Yep, that's him.
But what did you do to him?
Oh, well, I fixed his teeth, I made his eyes not crooked, I fixed that stupid unibrow, I slicked his hair back, and I gave him some nice clothes.
He also added a few extra inches down there, so now I'm rocking a full 4 inches.
Jeffy goes to school and becomes the new hot stuff, pissing off PJ Crenshaw, causing him to sneak into his house and attack Jeffy, returning him to his normal, hideous self. We know Jeffy does not hold a grudge easily, as we see with our next version of Jeffy, Bully Jeffy. Bully Jeffy made his debut appearance in SML movie Jeffy the Bully, and this dude is completely off the rails. In this video, Jeffy cuts up his shirt, and Rose thinks that the solution is to have Jeffy wear a super embarrassing shirt 2 days in a row, giving Bully free reign to make fun of him. This causes Jeffy to get fed up of being bullied and to become the bully instead. Jeffy bursts into class, and he wastes no time giving wedgies to everyone who's making fun of him, even giving Jackie Chu a wedgie.
Jeffy, stop bullying everyone! Go to the principal's office now! Jeffy, what are you doing? Jeffy, oh! Jeffy, why do you pull my underwear over my face? Ew, I got doodle stain!
Jeffy eventually gets out of hand, giving Brooklyn guy a wedgie, getting Jeffy to realize that he just acted as bad as the other bullies acted. But what if Jeffy took care of some bullies in a different, more permanent way? Well, we get to see what that version of Jeffy could look like with our next Jeffy character, Jeffy Wick. We get the origin story of Jeffy Wick in SML movie Jeffy Wick, when Jeffy gets a box shipped to his door from his aunt, and it turns out that there's a dog that's been trapped in there, and he names it Winn-Dixie. Jeffy goes to the gas station and gets some water for the dog, but his car and Winn-Dixie get the attention of some Russian gangsters. The gangsters trace his car back to the house, and while attempting to steal Jeffy's car keys, they kill Winn-Dixie. This causes Jeffy to become Jeffy Wick and get revenge for his death. The Russian gangsters eventually make their way back to the house, where Jeffy takes care of them quickly and easily.
Where are you, Jeffy? Holy shit, you killed my brother!
But now, let's take a look at one of the most ridiculous forms of Jeffy, that being Bunny Jeffy. The story of Bunny Jeffy goes all the way back to the apartment days of SML, starting off in SML movie Jeffy's favorite song. This video starts with Jeffy annoying Mario and Rosalina, leading Mario to turn on the TV to get Jeffy to leave the two alone, leading to Jeffy seeing a song called Hot Pop, and he becomes obsessed with the song. He spends all day listening to it, and never takes a break. And when it's time to go to bed, he somehow gets a pair of bunny pajamas that he wants to wear to sleep, and requests to listen to Hot Pop all night.
Alright, Jeffy, you ready for bed? Jeffy!
What?
What are you wearing?
Oh, it's my bunny suit, Daddy.
Well, I told you to get ready for bed, Jeffy.
Oh, I am ready for bed, Daddy. So I got my
I
bunny
got
suit
bunny
on, got
suit
my coverage on.
I'm ready for bed.
Since this video, Jeffy has been seen in his bunny outfit multiple times, definitely being his go-to outfit he wears when he's going to sleep, like we see in videos like Jeffy Sneaks Out and Jeffy's grandparents. But hey, wearing a bunny suit is definitely better than wearing a different suit to bed, like a birthday suit, aka Naked Jeffy. Naked Jeffy is actually a super interesting one, as if you don't know, the main Jeffy that we see in most SML videos actually has pants sewn to his body, to where they can't come off, as Logan mentioned this before in several SML videos, like in the SML Reacts for Jeffy's bath time.
And that Jeffy that just walked by, stunt double. Jeffy's pants can't come off.
Yeah, the real Jeffy's pants are sewed to him. So if he ever wants to be naked, it has to be a stunt double.
Jeffy's puppet is also unable to get wet as well, as getting wet will actually ruin him. Not that Jeffy isn't already on his last leg already, but the stunt double Jeffys aren't that much better. So yeah, Naked Jeffy is definitely a rare form of this character.
Bro, and they also don't look like even close to Jeffy, so they literally have him locked in a safe when he's not being used. That's how valuable he is.
And it's much more interesting as we don't get to see him a lot. Another version of Jeffy that we don't really get to see a lot is one that was only seen one time, and that's Taco Jeffy. Taco Jeffy made his one and only appearance in SML movie Jeffy's Taco Tuesday. And in this video, Jeffy absolutely can't leave Marvin alone, begging for tacos because it's Taco Tuesday. This leads Junior and Jeffy to get involved, and they all try to find ways to get money to buy tacos, eventually buying them from the Lone Dolphin, with Jeffy getting frustrated after realizing they're bombs, throwing one down, blowing everybody up.
So those tacos are bombs?
Yeah!
Well, that sucks!
but a version of Jeffy that caused more damage on the level of getting SML demonetized and getting on Good Morning America itself is Emo Jeffy. Emo Jeffy made his quick appearance in SML as a form of Jeffy that was super depressed when Marvin wouldn't buy him a $2.99 game on.
And I mentioned this too in a past reaction. They never showed how to do it, so therefore they shouldn't be the ones responsible. Yes, they made the video, so in a way they're responsible. But it would have been different if they made the video and in the video there was a clip showing how they did it. I have no idea. I don't remember if he attempted to do it or if he actually did it. Because I remember when they reacted to it, they were talking about, I don't know if Logan said this, I don't know where I saw it, but someone said that Logan never explained how they did it. Oh, I think it actually was SML Universe. I think I made a reaction on the video that he mentioned it, and I could be wrong though. But yeah, I think he did. There was another video where he mentions this video. I think. I could be wrong. And he's like, SML should not be held responsible for this. I think it was in the one about Logan's life, like his history through YouTube with like his health problems and the demonetization and the cease and desist and all that stuff.
And planned on trying to tie a noose to hang himself.
I have this like iTunes card with like $10 on it. If you want it, you could use it to buy the app.
Really, Junior?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to use it.
Thanks, Junior.
All right, thanks, Jeffy. Oh, I'm going to play with this.
So what's the big deal with this joke? Well, this joke was a big part of the reason that caused Logan's entire channel to be demonetized, and even led to SML being featured on Good Morning America. The repercussions of this video, and by extension this version of Jeffy, are a part of the reason why SML is where it's at today. So yeah, a pretty influential version of Jeffy right there. To wrap up this section though, we got Jeffy Koo. In the first video of Jeffy Ball Z, Jeffy Koo goes on adventures in his classroom and at his house, trying to find the 7 Dragon Balls. In this video, he ends up doing crazy Dragon Ball techniques, fighting Jackie Chu, Chef Pee-Pee, Cody, and even more. Jeffy is eventually able to find all 7 Dragon Balls and summon the dragon, but Brooklyn Guy ends up stealing Jeffy's wish.
I wish I had that kid's outfit.
Deal!
Oh, sick! Pew, pew, pew.
Wait, you stole Jeffy's wish!
Yeah, you snooze, you lose.
Yeah, now we're definitely gonna fight!
This event leads Jeffy on a wild goose chase, trying to earn him the Dragon Balls and get his wish, with Brooklyn Guy stealing it several times. Moving on to our next few forms of Jeffy, we have some forms of Jeffy that are related to Jeffy in some way, but definitely are different characters than him.
Okay, so this is probably where he's gonna mention that monkey one I was talking about.
And the first version that we're gonna start with is his most iconic one, that being Drawing Jeffy. Drawing Jeffy made his debut in the SML movie of the same name, basically being a parody of Doodle Bob from SpongeBob. Drawing Jeffy came about from Jeffy saying some magic words to make Drawing Jeffy come to life. And he comes alive, creating tons of chaos, such as killing Gumbo in cold blood and literally shooting a police officer later in SML movie Jeffy Sneaks Out.
Oh, I said drove it!
No!
And to be honest, that's perfectly on brand for Jeffy, or Drawing Jeffy to act throughout SML. So we have no reason to be surprised. Drawing Jeffy has always seemed to come and go, so who knows when's the next time we'll see him. A version of Jeffy that we haven't seen for a while is the iconic robot version of Jeffy, Jeffo. Jeffo was created in SML movie Robot Jeffy, and in this video, Jeffy is forced to go to detention for the millionth time, and instead of going to detention himself, he gets Cody and the robot that he created, Kodo, to create a robot version of Jeffy that can go to detention for him instead. This idea goes smoothly at first, but the idea goes off the rails for everyone when Bully attacks Jeffo, triggering his instant kill mode, and Jeffo decides to take care of him smoothly.
Shake that.
He gone.
Cody then realizes that the only way to take care of Jeffo is to have Kodo attack him, lasering Jeffo to death after he tells Jeffo that he's his father. And that is the last we've seen of Jeffo in SML. What's crazy though is that this isn't the only other time another version of Jeffy has killed Bully in the classroom, as we see that happen again with our next version of Jeffy, Alien Jeffy. In SML movie Alien Jeffy, we see that an alien has broken out of Area 51 and comes to the SML house. Jeffy sneaks him in, and then in an attempt to disguise himself and hide from Mario, the alien transforms into a Jeffy lookalike, except for the massive bug eyes. The alien goes into the school the next day, still disguised, and gets bullied by Bully Bill. He decides that he's finally had enough of everything though, when he just threw up green slime on Bully Bill, dissolving him without a trace. After this, the alien gets arrested and taken back to Area 51 to never be seen again. But how would a clone of Jeffy act? Well, we've gotten a chance to see
Scooter.
as Scooter, one of the most popular SML characters of all time, started off as a clone of Jeffy in SML movie Jeffy's Clone. In this video, Cody creates a cloning machine so he can clone Ken, but the machine he creates clones in a way that comes out really weird and deformed. Jeffy eventually decides to get the machine to clone himself, and pops out an ugly looking clone of Jeffy, and the clone calls himself Scooter, and gets new clothes from Jeffy with his name on his shirt.
And done. All right, Scooter. Now your name's on your shirt so you won't forget who you are.
Jeffy and Scooter have a blast of a time in this video before Mario eventually kicks him out. But this appearance wasn't even close to the last time we saw Scooter, as he's made several other appearances, even getting his own rap video with his own song. That's not even the only time Jeffy was cloned either, as the next versions of Jeffy are pretty much all different than Scooter, that being the Jeff Monks. In SML movie Jeffy and the Jeff Monks, we see that Jeffy tries to get out of doing chores, and he asks Cody for help. Cody pulls out his cloning machine again, but this time he leaves a copy of Alvin and the Chipmunks in the machine, causing the machine to create the Jeff Monks instead.
Simon! Cody, what the f?
Marvin finds out, and after they sing a few songs, he tells the Jeff Monks to get out, and this causes them to run into David Cross, who takes them in, making all of them super rich. Marvin and Jeffy try to get them back, but the Jeff Monks say that they're gonna stay with David Cross instead, and we haven't seen them since. But what if Jeffy was a monkey? Well, we see the possibility of that ridiculous question in SML movie Jeffy the Monkey. Yes, this is a real video. In the video, we see Jeffy get in trouble for not listening to Mario and Rosalina, saying it would be easier to take care of a monkey.
He's just hiding in a closet.
Jeffy, being Jeffy, takes this comment to its logical conclusion and orders a monkey off Amazon Primate to be him. And this goes horribly wrong. Monkey Jeffy gets sent to school and throws chocolate that looks like something much more disgusting than chocolate at Jackie Chu, getting him suspended.
Yeah, I don't think that's chocolate though. Oh, it is.
That's more delicious. Jeffy, you in trouble for trying to start a food fight in class. You're suspended.
Then he goes home, continuing to cause problems. They call people over, trying to help Jeffy, before eventually realizing that Jeffy was just hiding in the closet, avoiding everything. Let's move on to another group of Jeffys, that being the Powerpuff Jeffys. Powerpuff Jeffys made their debut in SML movie The Powerpuff Jeffys. They came to life from Jeffy mixing sugar, spice, and a small batch of chemical pits as well. The Powerpuff Jeffys come alive and start fighting crime against Mojo Jojo. But instead of giving stuff back to the people they helped, they end up taking the money back home instead. They go back and forth with Mojo Jojo, and eventually he decides to create a death ray after thinking they're all dead. The Powerpuff Jeffys arrive to stop him and save the day, but the two new versions of Jeffy end up dying to Mojo Jojo, with Jeffy taking revenge on him and killing them afterwards. Let's take a throwback back in time to the roughest part in SML history to take a look at our next version of Jeffy. In the heart of Logan's first demonetizations, we got one of the most ridiculous SML movies of all time, that being Jeffy's Kids. The video starts out with Jeffy complaining that something's wrong with his Cheerios Cheerio box. And this leads to Brooklyn Guy discovering that the Cheerio box is somehow freaking pregnant. And eventually, it gives birth to 2 completely normal looking Cheerio boxes, and 1 truly disturbed looking Jeffy/Cheerio hybrid that he names Jeffy Jr. Jeffy spends the rest of the video trying to navigate fatherhood, like trying to feed his kids and read them bedtime stories. Crap really hits the fan, however, when Jeffy leaves his twins alone, and Jr. comes in and eats them thinking they're regular Cheerio boxes. And later, Jeffy tries to potty train Jeffy Jr. too, but this leads him to getting flushed down the toilet, never to be seen again.
Eating Cheerios, what's wrong?
Those are my kids! You're gonna pay for this!
What?
Hello?
Hey, did you call the police? It's been kind of a rough night. I had a call down the street about a guy whose box of Fruit Loops got stolen, so...
We've covered both of Jeffy's sons, but we can move on here to Jeffy's last kid, that being his daughter Jeffica, that we see in SML movie Jeffy's Daughter. In this episode, we learn that Marvin and Rose are trying to have their own kid, but they're having no luck, so Marvin goes to get his fertility tested, with Jeffy tagging along. They go and get tested, with Jeffy getting tested too for some reason, and Brooklyn Guy realizes that the problem is both of them drink way too much Baja Blast to be fertile. They leave, but Brooklyn Guy mixes up their test tubes, and this causes Rose to be impregnated with Jeffy's DNA instead, creating the monstrosity that Jeffy names Jeffica.
Jeffy, meet your sister daughter.
Why did you say daughter?
Because, Jeffy, they used your Baja Blast instead of mine.
So I got mommy pregnant and I didn't even get to do the fun part?
Jeffy tries to go outside and play with his daughter, but she ends up getting taken by an eagle that Marvin paid, so he never has to see her again. Let's wrap up this section of different Jeffys by talking about one of the more prevalent versions of Jeffy, that being Jeffy's emotions, and we see them in SML movie Inside Jeffy. In this video, we get to see what a day in the life of Jeffy is like, complete with the trifecta of emotions that Jeffy feels all the time: joy, anger, and sadness. Throughout the day, we see how Jeffy's emotions react to certain situations, like not getting marshmallows on his pancakes or popping balloons in front of him. Eventually, Jeffy's emotions returned inside Jeffy a few years later, and this time they brought another version of Jeffy, that being anxiety.
Get out of here! We don't want you here! I'm going nowhere! I get you for 30 minutes! 30 minutes of relax time!
But if I'm being honest with you, this whole video was more or less just a way to advertise the next version of Jeffy, that being Piano Jeffy. In this video, we see Jeffy pull out a piano, shaped like his face, and he even goes to Junior, Joseph, and Cody, showing off all the different things.
That one's a bit of a stretch, bro. Piano shouldn't count. It's just their merch, bro. We should not count the merch as per.
Can do.
Okay, whatever.
Even telling people at the end of the video to buy
whatever.
it on smlmerch.com.
Hey guys, if you want one of my Jeffy P nanos, then go to smlmerch.com right now, link in the description, and get your pre-order in before July 31st. And we gotta sell 2,000 of these bitches because Santa Claus needs a 4-month notice before they can get into your stocking.
And yeah, this video wasn't subtle at all, with a lot of the comments noticing. Feels like this whole video is an excuse to promote the Jeffy piano. Speaking of objects that are basically just advertisements for the SML store, we move on to our final group of Jeffys, starting with 2 Jeffys that are products sold as toys on the SML store, those being Thick Jeffy and Long Jeffy. To be honest with you, there's nothing really special about these 2 versions of Jeffy, as they basically just exist to make more Jeffy merch and make more money.
Okay, those ones I guess I would count because they actually used them that way in a video where it was actually Jeffy turned into those characters. The piano one, though, Jeffy used it. He wasn't turned into it. So that one I wouldn't count.
For the SML store, so nothing worth spending a lot of time on here. The next version of Jeffy we can look at is U2's Jeffy.
That one
and
I
this
will
version
have
of
to
Jeffy
count.
had his own video, being an SML movie The Toy Ray. In this video, we see that Junior, Joseph, and Cody want to do things together, but Ken keeps causing problems. This causes Joseph to throw out Ken and let him get torn up by a dog, and Cody is distraught until he remembers that he has a gun that turns real things into toys, and we see him test out this toy toy to turn human Ken back into a doll. The boys basically screw around, even turning Tom Brady and Spider-Man into toys. But then Jeffy comes in, and they decide to turn Jeffy into a toy, creating the Jeffy U2s.
Here comes Jeffy. Pew!
Oh man, Cody, you turned Jeffy and the red couch into a toy!
So yeah, this video was basically just another Jeffy advertisement in disguise, but we're not done yet, as we have another Jeffy advertisement, that being Gold Jeffy. In SML movie Gold Jeffy, we find out that Marvin is in debt to Goodman after not paying his house payment for 4 entire months, so he goes to the Lone Dolphin to find a solution. The Lone Dolphin ends up giving Marvin a machine that turns junk into gold, and Marvin and Rose end up turning things into gold and giving it to Goodman. However, Jeffy ends up going in the machine, because of course he would, and he gets turned into gold. This freaks out Marvin and Rose, which prompts them to call Brooklyn Guy for help, who doesn't help and instead comes back to steal the gold machine, and they discover that in the end, Jeffy was just covered in chocolate gold.
What, Jeffy?
See, I told you it would turn your son back to normal.
Yeah, Daddy, I was trapped inside chocolate.
You were trapped inside chocolate?
Wait, look at this. There's little pieces of gold inside the chocolate.
And the last version
Why are you shrunk down though? Bro's smaller. Like what?
of Jeffy that we have is Play-Doh. And we see this in SML movie Drawing Jeffy. And it's Jeffy made out of Play-Doh. So that's about it. If I
Cool.
missed any Jeffies, let me know in the comments.
It's gonna be at the end of the video. Bye guys.